Dear mother and fathers, sons and brothers of the humanity, we go to take here the dialogue initiated in the first part of this article on the construction of the Eastern post-human order and Western post-Earth. I start with the overall rationale for the work by registering a set of narrative about the historical context of the establishment of the human order in the previous Earth, the modern Eastern and Western cultures, the beginning of Earth's human order from the creation of humanity. We go to this contextualization, but first let us clarify. What does I want to say with Earth's human order from the creation of humanity? I am referring precisely to the registration of occupation and order of the human on Earth. The process of organizing the social settlement of human life on Earth inside the process of occupation of planet by our different civilizations of origin. This process is historically registered in epic terms by the Bible in the following table. The eternal covenant of God, our Creator, with the leaders and movement of our people throughout the process of creation, occupation, construction, and integration of force, children are offspring of human forces on the planet. The reference used in the Bible is on the one hand the process of life creation, and on the other hand are the prophets, wise or statesmen historical, who accounted for and represented the faith, wisdom, law, and power of the justice, word of God or Creator, of unifying the order, identity, and direction of the diversity of life on planet in its different dimensions of space, time, and relationships. It is the historical record of this cultural covenant of God upon the creation and development of humankind on Earth that we can find the map of direction and origin and development of the cultural unity of people and nations in personal and planetary dimension. This map is, in turn, the compass that will allow us all to integrate the realization of this cultural unity on the experience and commitment of the past, present, and future with the earth, God, and the dignity of the human being. In his documentary body, the Bible records 8 major editions of this alliance: Edenic, Adamic, Noetic, Abrahamic, Sinaitic, Palestinic, Davidic, and of consummation, Christian alliance or new alliance, and final proposal under the solid command of God. Each of these editions represents a roadmap and dimension of the action to the construction of cultural unity of each person, community, or territory occupied by man in Earth. Everything starts from the original paradise, following by building of humanity by a couple and the relations of descent, ascendance in countless relationships and types of relationships and organization. It is a historical statement similar to historical indication of Taoism in the East with the Tao, Yang, and Yin, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. According to the historical course presented by the Bible, we begin with Adam and Eve, and today we have reached the mark of 7 billion peoples on earth, constituents of the tribal communities, cities, states, and countries of its territory. The previous alliance from its genesis Edenic were established in a personal of life reference format, a framework, which are A. The creation of the world and creator of God, the beginning and the end goal. B. The Edenic pair for the occupation and development of the earth, paradise. C. The specific mandate of God for that Adamic family outgrew this early provision or Edenic plan and to take over the occupation of earth according to its law. The justice that divine on the organization, metaphysics, ethics, and conduct of people in earth. A justice that, as all justice, is imperative at easy wisdom, feeling, consciousness, and power of life of each one person, authority, or peoples. D. The leader of this mandate or divine justice in each space and time. The prophets, patriarchs, and local territorial expansionist powers or conquerors, as the power represented by Pharaoh in ancient Egypt or as an emperor in Rome. The alliance of the consummation encompassed all 7 other alliances in format references ultra-personal and diffuse of life. A framework with R. A. The definition of the parties involved. Forces of the divine kingdom and wisdom, and human forces for the earth kingdom. B. The emancipation of human forces to build a state of life and power over the all constitutional principles of justice, wisdom, identity, and social guidelines outside the religion's contexts. C. The mandate given by God to the force of monitoring, promotion, integration, and legitimation of justice or social guidelines of laws and human power consistent with the principle and guarantees that His Holy Spirit presented for the formation and qualification of the conduct of humankind toward the establishment of unity and cultural peace on earth. D. The humanistic mandate to promote the love of neighbor and the registration of the laws of God in every person hurt by divine forces. A. The prescription of a meeting of the divine and human forces dedicated to the judgment for legitimation and integration of divine and human laws for the final achievement and permanent provision of the human order of earth, post-Eastern and Western. The New World Order, or more specifically, the State International of Earth as authority of universal competence and strength. That is what we will look in the next video. Thank you. Until the next meet.